Welcome to my channel, Chuck's Music and Musings. Today we are going to plug various microphones into my Zoom Q8n-4K camera and do a microphone test. This channel is fairly new, so please click like and please subscribe to see more content in the future. Content on this channel will be equipment reviews like this, ukulele, trombone, thoughts, travel, all kinds of different things. So please click like, please click subscribe, please leave a comment, and thank you for watching. First test is the built-in XY microphone array at the top of the camera. That's what we're listening to now. The first microphone up to try is the ubiquitous Shure SM58. Everybody seems to have one. Everybody seems to use one. Mine are 40 years old and still going strong, although I've replaced the capsules on them. So this is the Shure SM58 with speaking voice. Instrument demonstration. Next up on our microphone shootout is the Shure MV7. Elsewhere on my channel, you'll find a USB microphone shootout that my son and I did during the heart of quarantine, testing 4 or 5 USB mics against each other. A few weeks after that, I found my go-to Swiss Army knife mic that does everything. It records amps, it records instruments at close range with high SPL. It's great for podcasting. This is the Shure MV7. It's both XLR and USB. Next up, another USB and XLR mic, the original Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti is interesting because it has stereo outs with a splitter at the bottom. There's a proprietary 5-pin cable that kind of looks like a DMX lighting cable that splits into 2 3-prong XLRs that go into the camera. Right now I have the mic element set to cardioid, and this is the Blue Yeti. Like most people in a school situation, my collection of microphones has newer microphones and a lot of very, very old microphones. I've had this one quite a while. It's the Ball by Blue. It was the predecessor of the Snowball. It's not USB, it's only XLR. It is unique in the sense that it is a dynamic microphone, but it does require phantom power. So this is the Ball by Blue Microphones. Hi, welcome back to our video, our shootout of microphones to see how they work in the Zoom Q8n-4K. Up next I have a matched pair of Rode M5 small element condenser microphones in an XY pattern. I'll be using these sometimes from a distance to record bands and choruses, sometimes a little bit closer to record ukulele performances, and sometimes as an overhead of an interview kind of situation. But this is the Rode M5 matched small element condenser microphones. Next up in our mic shootout is another very old mic, an AudioTechnica AT10A. In the 90s, this was the ubiquitous TV interview mic. I don't think I have the original windscreen on it, as it fits a little tightly, but this would be the ubiquitous, "Hi, how are you today?" Okay, cool, kind of microphone that news people would use to do interviews with. So this is the AudioTechnica AT10A. Next is the AudioTechnica AT2100X. In the heart of quarantine, when I was at home teaching from my home studio, I went through a few different USB microphones. This one was new at the time. And this one won my USB microphone shootout. It works great on USB. It also works very well on XLR. So it is my go-to microphone that I keep in the cable bag of my PA system, that I use for outdoor events and anywhere that I don't want to take my MV7. This one gets a lot of use, both on USB and on XLR. The next two mics I wanted to try in this shootout were the cheapest mics that I could find. In front of me is a standard dynamic vocal mic, one of the cheapest ones you can get in a school budget. It's so old, the brand is worn off. I believe it was a CAD. I think new this was maybe a $50 mic. It's pretty old. It's very dented, but this is just a basic vocal dynamic microphone. Next up is a Shure 5455D mic, but it was the inexpensive microphone that came with our school gym's PA system. So this is the Shure 5455D. I want to thank you for putting up with my saxophone playing throughout this video. I'm really a trombone player. Lastly, we are doing a wireless microphone, fairly budget, the Rockville RWM23UA. Comes with a dual receiver and a pair of handhelds. I'm going to use these for school dances, field day, that sort of thing. I'm curious to see whether or not there will be any latency using the wireless mic into the receiver and then the receiver XLR'd to the camera. I'm hoping that there won't be latency because I could foresee this being a fairly popular way to use this camera. And for my outro, I'm back to the built-in mic on the Zoom Q8n-4K. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it very much. Please like and subscribe. That would be wonderful. And please leave comments. I am new to making video content and would always love hints. And I'm dying to find out your opinions on which mic sounded the best and which mic sounded the worst. Obviously, mic placement, how close it is to me, the levels, all make a huge difference. We tried to be as consistent with that as we can. A huge shout out to my theater tech class at the Langley School, who were behind the camera and switching mics and super helpful throughout the making of this video. Again, thanks for tuning in to Chuck's Music and Musings, and have a wonderful day.